I stare out my window, my insides filled with a mixture of jumping nerves and happy confidence. I am plagued by what they call mixed emotions in all the textbooks I've never read. So, I got what I wanted. Carla is officially my girlfriend and I am no longer single. I am taken. Spoken for. We travel west and pull onto Interstate 530 where we speed towards the high school where, once we arrive, we drop off a batch of senior high folks. There is a flurry of quick shuffling among some of the remaining passengers as the empty seats of the departed seniors are claimed and then the bus begins moving again. I work with my hair. I try to use the bus window as a mirror but my reflection there is very faint. I open my pack of elements and savor the strong cinnamon burst the candy provides. Long before I'm ready, we have arrived at Whitehall Junior High. My scholastic home since the fall of 1981 stands old and bright in the day's new sunlight. I depart the bus, feeling a little short-winded but finally resigned to my fate. Students departing the bus idling in front of us are swarming across the sidewalk outside the Upshaw building. The ROTC flag detail is milling around the flagpole, carrying out their daily assigned flag-raising duties. Toby and Mark have set up camp in their established spot beneath the porch. Listen carefully. Can you hear it? I can. Strange concepts are being discussed. Peculiar songs are being penned. Songs about Viking nerds and retarded wizards. Unhealthy brain activity is on hidden and on full display. I can hear it. Can you? I just need to get through this difficult, awkward part of things and everything will be much smoother afterwards. Richard leads me around the Upshaw building toward the band room where a small crowd is assembled beneath the patch of pine trees out front. My heart starts stomping painfully against the backside of my lung, demanding to be let out. Even with my bad eyesight I can see Carla and Aaron mingling within that crowd. As I approach, Carla catches sight of me. Her face lights up and she runs to greet me.
Hey.
Carla says with a bouncy sort of excitement.
About time you got here.
Well, I can only go as fast as the bus does. I think that was a pretty good line. I'm glad I used that one. I can feel a lot of the stress I'd been accumulating since yesterday afternoon evaporating like water on a hot sidewalk. She's excited to see me. She likes me. And we're going together. That's an awful lot of information for my brain to absorb in a relatively short period of time. My brain will just plain have to cope with it. After a few moments of joking and getting comfortable with one another, Carla enlists my aid in her ongoing war of words with Aaron. She grabs me by the arm and pulls me over to Aaron, asking me to enforce her insistence that he is, in fact, an idiot. Well, yeah, I thought that was obvious, I announce, strolling around Aaron like an anthropologist examining some rare specimen of ape and addressing him in an altogether dismissive manner. He's a dork and that's all he can ever be. He's to be pitied and it's sad. Carla laughs. Aaron smirks, somewhat taken aback by my sudden and uncalled for verbal assault. He absorbs it all with his normal Daffy Duck smugness.
I'll knock your bloody head off.
He retorts, doing a fairly good Australian accent. I shrug his words off with my usual Bugs Bunny nonchalance. Nimrod. It'll never happen. I make the tag off to Carla.
And why in the world do you wear those stupid parachute pants?
She asks sharply, looking down at the numerous useless zippers and pockets plaguing his pants legs.
You look idiotic, I hate to tell you.
You're just jealous because they're cool and only cool people wear them. So there.
Then what are you wearing them for, you expletive moron?
Shut up.
Don't you tell me to shut up, you little dip. Remember that I'm taller than you are.
So?
Yeah. I interject before the game gets too heated. But what it all goes back to is the very simple fact that you really are an idiot. Everyone knows it, and the sooner that you can admit to that to yourself and the rest of us, the sooner we can all get along with our lives. What do you say? Aaron looks at me sideways.
Hey, Phil, why don't you shove your face in some dough and make gorilla cookies?
Carla steps in front of me like an angry, living wall.
You little expletive-laden man, you better watch what you say about him or I'll kick your expletive.
Carla holds a clenched fist directly beneath Aaron's nose.
You know that I'll do it.
Aaron stands fast, unflinching.
Yeah, I know you will. But it's not gonna stop me from doing whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it though.
You better expletive watch it.
Carla finishes her threat and turns back to me.
Let's go walking. Where's your friend at?
Who? Terry? His bus is supposed to be here in a minute, I think.
Let's go wait for him. Any excuse to get away from the thing over there.
She points at Aaron, who points back mockingly.
Let's just get away from it. Maybe it'll die.
Laughing, Carla and I depart the scene, leaving Aaron to curse helplessly behind us. That was fun. Aaron and me have our little insult sparring sessions all the time, but adding Carla and her acidic observations puts a whole new level of intensity to it. By the time we reach the administration building, Terry's bus pulls up with a squeak and a growl. A moment later, Terry steps off onto the asphalt and sees Carla and I waiting for him. He looks somewhat perplexed. "What's she doing here?" he seems to ask. A moment or so later, he seems to come to the realization that I have succeeded in my quest to win Carla over, and then the perplexed look gradually disappears from his face. Behind Terry is his friend, Melanie. She's a freckled blonde who looks a little old beyond her years. She's wearing a fuzzy pink sweater. I've known Melanie for a while, but Terry's known her a whole lot longer. The four of us wander around, finally ending up inside the auditorium where we warm up and read some papers school administrators have taped to the east wall. One of those papers informs us that Whitehall Junior High will be offering a series of extracurricular mini-courses. They will take place in lieu of our regular 6th period in the weeks following spring break. Fishing, tennis, cake decorating, needlepoint, duck calling, softball, doll making, woodworking, sewing, bicycling. Terry and I decide to take bicycling since Mr. Upshaw is in charge of it, and it looks like the only course they are offering that is in any way interesting. I try to talk Carla into taking bicycling as well, but she's not sure as yet. The first bell of the day rings. I walk Carla to choir and tell her that I'll see her at lunch.
Write me a note,
she adds before going inside.
I'll write you too.
I will. I turn and join Terry and Melanie, who have been waiting and talking a short distance away. I guess I should take this opportunity to go tell them about Carla and how we met and how we're now going together. Since you've already heard the tale I'm about to relate to them, I'll move things along. The day goes by quickly. My mind is only able to keep track of mere fragments of all that's happening around me. I get out of Mr. Upshaw's and join Carla for lunch. Terry, Aaron and Richard, in turn, join us. Afterward, as I'm headed to choir, Carla hands me a note. I go inside and unwrap the multi-folded document.
Philip. Hope I spelled your name right. I want to know if you are going to stay for the sock hop. If you are, will you dance with me? By the way, yes, I will go with you. Well, that's all I have to say. Bye. P.S. I'm going to take bicycling if you are.
Oh, yeah, the sock hop. That's next Friday, right before spring break. Late in the day I finished my first note to Carla. I've actually been trying to write it all day, but it took me lots of tries before I was satisfied with it. In the note I admit to Carla that I honestly don't know how to dance, but I will, however, do my best for her sake. I also tell her that, tomorrow being my birthday, she is pretty much the best birthday gift I could have ever hoped for.